where we try to serve as a venue for inspiration, learning, and dialogue with successful and interesting creative people from a variety of industries right here in the heart of the downtown east side. Can everybody hear me over at our little satellite operation going on?
We're just waiting to hear back from John.
Good. We've got the live link.
Yeah.
Got the live stream simulcast. Awesome. My name is Mark. I will be your host today. My hope is that this morning brings inspiration and informs and entertains you, but also leaves you feeling part of the thriving community in our wonderful city. So, as you may have heard, and as I just mentioned, we're trying something a little bit new. We're trying to expand Creative Mornings without expanding Creative Mornings. We don't want to lose this, although this gets to be a crowded room like on days like today. We really appreciate the intimacy and the dialogue that happens and the connections that occur with a less than 200 person crowd. So we're starting another community builder sort of networking event that I host called Likemind is convening over at the Prop House Cafe today, who are hosting us, and we're simulcasting over there and going to have a live link back for the Q&A. So we've gone from 200 to 250 people, and who knows, maybe in a year's time we can be 2,000 people once a month, but never having to lose what's going on here. So, hello, Likemind. Welcome to Pittsburgh and Munich, to the family of Creative Mornings chapters, which brings us up near 40 chapters. We're at 38 now, with 3 more coming online shortly. Big changes are happening with this expansion. 2013 will see the beginning of what we're calling global themes, where besides creativity and what that means and how it's been applied in successful people's lives, we're going to be adding secondary themes and challenging speakers to address creativity as it related to that topic. This will be a global movement, so this really changes the conversation and the potential for Creative Mornings once we launch our new digital platform, which is coming online very soon. It means we can actually take a look at the same topic through 40 lenses around the world and produce edited media that people can subscribe to through the iTunes store, and Vancouver will be one of 40 voices on these topics, so it's pretty exciting. That'll start in January, and I'll explain more a little bit later. So, I was going to ask everybody how they found the new lottery ticketing system, but it occurs to me that you're all here. So you probably love it. Was it okay? Can I get a very honest show of hands? Who thought that was a democratic and better way to do this? Less than half. Did you have your hands? Do it again. All the way up your hands. So half of you would rather go back to frantically refreshing your browsers. I will take that into consideration and get back to your group. If you didn't notice, you're right now sitting on 2 magazines under your bum. We have again enjoyed some media coverage. I think it's really important to acknowledge that our gratitude for when various publications in our city recognize that something special is happening, and it isn't just, a good story. I mean, this is a good story, but I'm really grateful for BC Business for a tremendous article that ran in the magazine that they've given you a copy of today. Also, you received the first ever Vancouver is Awesome printed magazine, which they'll be more of. So I think Bob is in the room, our past, there he is, Bob Kremler! Creative Mornings alumni. So thank you very much, Bob, and thank you to the folks at BC Business. That's very kind of you, and we're grateful. Thank you to W2, as always, for hosting us. This is a very special venue, and it's a very special thing to be able to do this in the old Woodward's building right here in what is becoming the coolest neighborhood in Vancouver. Anybody from W2 want to talk about what's going on here?
We have a story to tell, and that's we're looking for graphic designers, communications crew members. If you want to join the communications committee, Jen, where's Jen?
Hi.
Jen's over here. Jen's taking names, so let her know if you want to join our communications crew if you're a graphic designer. We want to tell the city our story about why it's so important to have a creative space here in the Woodward's building. So come talk to Jen Castro afterwards.
Thanks, guys. And thanks Jen and your crew for lot of hard work. Appreciate it. We are of course supported with a few sustaining sponsors. GDC is the Society of Graphic Designers of Canada, of which I'm an executive and former president. It doesn't matter if you're a graphic designer, a web designer, environmental designer, communication designer, whatever you call yourself. If you do branding, print, web, it's all good. This is they, and you want to be a part of them, and we're grateful for their support. So thank you for GDC. We have some exciting news. Not only did we raise almost enough, well actually, thanks to Capic, who just handed me a check for $300, asking for basically nothing in return, just because they believe in what we're doing here. Capic is the Photographers and Illustrators, Canadian Association of Professional Image Creators. You need a branding. You should hire me. They've kicked in some funds. You all kicked in some funds. We have a fancy new laptop arriving this week, and we have 2 shiny new Canon HD digital video cameras courtesy of Genesis Matrix Video. Any of you who have worked in the video business know who Matrix is, but what you might not know is that they are rebranding as of January 1st. They will be called Fusion Cine, and they will be with us all next year as our technology partner. And these, I mean, that's like $11,000 worth of hardware right there. So, thank you very much. But your breakfast, how was breakfast? Breakfast and the costs associated with this menu were paid for by the very generous people over at Modo Car Co-op. We're really happy that Modo joined us as our partner this month for a number of reasons. Not only because they're the first English-speaking car share in the world, but an example of a successful, not-for-profit cooperative in its 15th year of business. Also, because they raise awareness of the benefits of sharing cars by offering environmental and economic alternatives to individual car ownership, but also because they're a major player in the sharing economy here in Vancouver. And they work very closely with City Hall in numerous ways to reduce costs to taxpayers while reducing overall emissions and working towards our goal, not Gregor's goal, our goal to become the greenest city by 2020. And you know what else? Our original founding volunteer, Hillary Henniger, who's here somewhere, right there, works for them and brought them to us, and so it's really doubly a pleasure. Thank you very much. So if you enjoyed breakfast, Modo. How many Modo users in the audience? Well, we may have a lot more Modo users at the end of the day. We'll see. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Hashtags, wireless, Twitter, nerd. So there it is. Mayor Gregor, at Vancouver_CM. You can use the hashtag CMVan. We have the password is workshop for the Wi-Fi down here. So here we go. Let's get on with it. So I was wondering to myself the last few days, how does one introduce the mayor in your own city? I mean, you all know who he is, right? Most of you know he used to play tuba, or still plays tuba, plays drums. He's jammed on stage with various musicians like Dan Mangan. Last month I told you about how after college he cowboyed in the Caribou and restored an old sailboat called Shoeless Joe and sailed it with his wife down the California coast and across the Pacific. It's all very cool. You know he was formerly an organic farmer and co-founder of Happy Planet. You know he's known as a progressive mayor, a little bit of an unusual mayor because of his commitment to green issues and the homeless, and preferring to ride his bicycle around town instead of driving a car. Not many mayors do that. But did you know that one of his middle names is Bethune? Does anybody know why that's important? Can anybody tell me? Not you. Can anybody tell me why Bethune is an important name? None of you